back to my channel. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys some things that I've received recently, some things that I picked up, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a life update at the end of this video since I haven't really vlogged much recently. So I'm going to start off with some of the beauty products that I picked up. I don't actually buy makeup all that often. It's been a long time since I've bought any like real face products. I think the most recent beauty product I picked up was my Winky Lux lip oil a year ago. just shy of a year ago. So I wanted to do a little a couple reels on foundations and stuff because I've had such a hard time over the years finding a foundation. So I got some skincare stuff, or some skin products I should say. And the first is this e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. And I got this one in the shade Zero Fair. We're gonna see how that goes. But I have seen just a little bit about this, just a little dappling, and it's all been positive, so I figured I would give it a shot. Then the next couple of things that are skin related is I just got another Instant Age Rewind eraser. This is the 110. Now I have the pink corrector shade of the brightener and like a my concealer color one. I think originally I went out to get another pink one. So anyways, I got this one. We'll see how that goes. And then I picked up the NYX Pro Fix Stick Correcting Concealer. And this is in Dark Peach because if you can't tell, I have horrendously dark circles. It is genetic. It is genetic. My mom has them. So I thought that might help a little bit because I do look, you know, a little bit more alive when those are covered up. Then I just picked up a Wet n Wild Pro Line Felt Eyeliner because I needed a new eyeliner. And then the last couple things I got were these CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss, and this one is in my main squeeze. And I'm not gonna lie, I 100% picked this one up in this color because I'm on a kick with all things orange and clementine for the nursery and my shower coming up. So that's why I got that, and just like orange is such a fun color. And those are all from Walmart. And then I picked up a couple of things. These ones came from Winners. This is the Be Kind nail polish. And I haven't really seen this brand, but I love their packaging. It's got like a matte nude, soft matte cap. And it's in sage and it's gorgeous. And I've been meaning to paint my nails for a while. I just hacked all my nails off, which is quite sad, but I'm excited to wear that. And then the last thing I picked up, I've been looking for these for ages, but I haven't found them separately, so I ended up having to buy a set. And this is the headband and wristband set for just, you know, skincare and all that kind of stuff. And so I already have a few different headbands over the years, but I was like, now I have a nice little set. I can either purge the other ones or like leave it at the cottage or whatnot. So very excited for this. I like how it says Spa Skincare Sport. Don't think I'll be needing that for any sports anytime soon. So the next thing that I got was just from Bestie. We hung out with them a couple weeks ago now. God, I'm losing track of time. But she picked this up for me ages ago before I knew the gender of baby. And she was like, girl, mom needs to be hydrated. So I have this giant pink Awala. This is for their color drop. And it's my girl mom water bottle. And I don't know what it is. I am such a toddler, but if I have a straw, I am basically guaranteed to drink way more water than if it's just a glass or if it's like a water bottle that I have to like open up and unscrew. I don't know what it is, but I'm not gonna argue with it. This has already been so incredibly helpful. And I love it. All right, the next thing I'm gonna share is a recent purchase from Aerie. I am a clothing hoarder. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody, but I have an obscene number of underwear, and majority of them are probably well over a decade old, if not even older, and they need to go. They need to go. Ones that, you know, have seen better days, that became like, you know, period underwear, we didn't care what happened to them. No, they're done now. So I went into Aerie about a week ago, and they had 10 for $42, I think is what the sale was. And right now I went to check the other day and they have a 7 for $40. So I'm winning. And I also ended up getting 2 new bras because the girls be growing. We'll start with the bras. They're the exact same style. They're ones that I actually own two of already, and I've owned them for a couple of years. They're the Sunny lightly lined wireless bras, and my nude one is deceased. It's like, it's got a cross back on my nude one, and then my black one is a regular strap like this. Now, one change they've made over the last couple of years is they've made the straps adjustable, which I greatly appreciate. Now, when I went in, they don't actually sell my proper bra size. So I'm a 32 double D, and they don't sell that, so I was wearing a 32D, which was really fine, not a big deal. But with being pregnant, I thought, okay, let me get something that's comfortable, it's a little bit bigger. So I went to my sister's size, which is 34D, and it fit perfectly. But I don't want it to fit perfectly because I'm not done growing yet. So I ended up going up another band size. So these ones are both a 36D, and I actually called one of the sales reps over because I was like, I need another opinion. And she agreed. They both looked perfect, they both fit really well, but this one had just a little bit more space in the side, kind of more the side of the cup. It doesn't gape or anything, and they're just incredibly comfortable, so I imagine that I will get quite a bit of use out of those. Now, for the underwear, like I said, it was 10 for 40 or 42, so I got a mix of kind of like boy briefs and just some new thongs, so I will just kind of go through them. There is this pair, which is like a ribbed material. I love the color. I have these in black. I got them last spring when I bought new underwears from there. This is just the boy brief, super comfortable, and that is really what I was looking for through all this, is just comfort. These are just the cheeky, and they're in the most violent violent lime green color, and again, seamless, so that's pretty comfy. This pair I have in nude, and again got them in my last set of purchases, and again, these are just described as a boy brief. But what I really like these is the fact that they have the V front, because a lot of the Aerie underwear that I have from like years and years ago have a really thick band, and because obviously I'm getting bigger, it's starting to roll, and that's driving me bonkers. Those fit so nicely under the bump. Love it, because I don't really want to get maternity underwear. I'm not really feeling that. I'd rather just have them like sit below the bump. So I got another pair of these, and I will say my older pair doesn't have the V front, which is why I got another nude pair. There's a lot of nude in this because you can't go wrong with nude underwear. Okay, I think that was 5. I can't count. Maybe I'm missing one. There we go. And then this is the same as the violent green ones, and they're just kind of like a cocoa brown color, and again, just cheeky. We have a seamless thong. This is in like an oatmeal, like a heathered oatmeal kind of color, and I got that again in a gray because it's just, these neutrals are just really good to have. Now, this is the material of the phenomenal underwear that I got from Aerie last spring that they don't sell the style anymore, which is heartbreaking because I freaking loved them and would have easily bought 10 of them in a heartbeat. If they had them, I would have bought all of those ones. But it's this like really, really thin, oh, it's majestic. So these are the high-rise thongs, which I was a little concerned with because obviously high cut is not going to be the most flattering with a bump, but these actually fit like a charm. And then I got it in a blue color as well. Thought I'd add a little bit of color. And then the last pair is like the first one, the green ones. It is that ribbed, a really soft waistband, not really tight or constrictive, and it's just nude. And I have held off wearing any of those for over a week now because of filming. So now I can wear them, I can wash them, and I can wear them. And I'm so excited because honestly, Aerie underwear have far surpassed every other brand of underwear that I've worn religiously for years, which is really Licenza. Because really, I think most of my underwear is Licenza. So very excited for those. Would definitely recommend. Even their 7 for 40 is still a really good deal. I think the last time I got underwear, it was probably something around that. Do what you gotta do, but definitely check them out if you are in need. And I think they're gonna last the rest of the pregnancy. Fingers crossed. All right, the sun is shining, so if I fluctuate, that's why. All right, so the next thing I'm going to show you guys is something that my mother-in-law gave Scott and I the other day. Some of these pieces were actually supposed to come to us around Christmas, and she wanted to get us a little like baby's coming kind of gift, I suppose. So I'm going to start with the absolute cutest part, and that is this little bear. So I will insert a picture here of my husband's little bear. So his bear's named Teddy, very appropriate. And Teddy is a very tiny bear, and Scott has had him, I don't know if since birth or just, you know, from a wee age. So she said she had a hard time finding such a small bear, and this is a small bear, but when you see Teddy in comparison, Teddy is not as big. And I chuckled because I never really had a bear. Now, I didn't. I had a custom made bear for me when I was born that is like fabric. It's like a patchwork bear. It was never anything that I like played with or touched. But the stuffed animal that I had basically from birth is this giant white gorilla that I named Godzilla, which my mother did not appreciate because I guess she had a monkey when she was a baby and named it something else. I can never remember the name of it. It doesn't matter. But she tried to name mine that, and I said no. So I'll put a picture of Godzilla here, and Godzilla is often wearing my pumpkin slippers, or jack-o'-lantern slippers from my first Halloween costume, and a sweater of mine when I was under the age of 3, and sometimes wears one of my little red hats. So I can't exactly do like a mummy, daddy, baby bear. So we'll just keep the bears for baby and for Scott. But it's super soft, and I like snuggled it when I got home, and I just love it. Now, the item that was supposed to come to me at Christmas that ended up getting caught up in another set of gifts that my mother-in-law was giving out for Christmas was the What to Expect When You're Expecting book. And she apologized because obviously I'm now almost 7.5 months pregnant, and she's like, I understand if you don't want it anymore. And I was like, no. I'm like, there's still a lot that I can figure out and learn. I was actually reading in the nutrition section the other day because it's something that I could probably work on a little bit better. So yes, that is my casual light reading here and there. And then she also got a very similar one for Scott, and that is The Expectant Father, The Ultimate Guide for Dads to Be. And I'm probably gonna have to hit my husband over the head with this in order to get him to actually read it and look at it. But I will be, I'll be doing that shortly because my husband can read like this as long as he's interested in it. So hoping that I can get him to at least look at that and figure out a few things. And then baby also got a book. This is called Maritime 123, a counting book from Canada. And it just has, you know, the numbers, it goes up to 20, and it gives animals and it gives kind of a location within the maritime region that you might find it. So there's like PEI, there's New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and it was just very, very cute. So this is the first gifted book for baby. I bought baby a book a while ago, but I'm so excited for all the books to come. I was going to do a books instead of a card for the baby shower, but I really got like nervous because a lot of moms have said that people do duplicates of books because they go for like, you know, the really popular ones, and you obviously can't return a book that's been written in. So I decided not to, although I'm kind of regretting it now, but it is what it is. I did put a couple of books on my registry just to kind of indicate that like books are totally an option. So I am very excited to get some bookshelves up in here to kind of display them. Okay, next couple things are directly for baby or directly for me post baby. So the first one is the Earth Mama Organics nipple butter. This is like the only thing I've ever seen for nipple butter is this brand. So I'm going to assume that it's good. And the last two things are directly for baby. The first one are some washcloths, and they're super cute. They're kind of like a beige, like a bear tan, tan, white, and pink. So obviously these are gonna come in super handy. And then the last thing is a little blanket, and it is white and gray, and it's got, I just saw there's letters, there's a fox, there's a bunny, there's a raccoon. It's just super soft, super cute, and it's so nicely rolled that I don't want to unroll it yet to see quite how big it is, but I'm very excited for that. All right, so now for the more like heart-to-heart situation. I am very much feeling more upbeat today. And it's been the first day in several days that I have felt this, we'll say perky. We'll go with perky. So last week was my March break, and I was ready to film. I was ready to get stuff done. And unfortunately, the third trimester fatigue, etc., has definitely settled in and made it very, very challenging to do those things. So I would love to film better. I would love to have more B-reel. I would love to try to be more creative with some of the cuts that I do, because I'm not really all that happy with my filming. And when I have those moments of like having energy and like being really keen, like I want to do all these things, but when it comes to filming, sometimes it just feels like too much. And this is obviously not a full-time gig for me by any stretch of the imagination. And I've been on YouTube now for almost 13 years, which is also mind-blowing. So this past week, it really showed me and made me incredibly frustrated, because I was, for example, painting my powder room. And I wanted to film it, right? Like I wanted to show, obviously not the entire process, I wasn't gonna time lapse it, but I wanted to put you into that so you could see it. And not to be like, here's before, here's an after. But I have so little energy in me that to use it up on filming the activity that I'm doing, I just can't justify. And I'm actually not even done painting because I missed out on the really good weather. And I was just so tired after the 2 days of me doing it, because I got it all painted. The first coat I got all done in one day. And then the next day when I started the second coat, I had a bunch of doctor appointments. And it was just, I painted until I had to leave, then I was gone for hours and hours, and then I came home and I was zoned. I could not do anything else. And then I lost the really good weather, so I didn't want to crack my window open when it was, you know, negative and snowing and super cold. So right now I have 1.5 coats painted in my bathroom, and I had to be okay with that, because I just couldn't, I had no energy to continue it, and that was frustrating. I wanted to build stuff for the nursery. We actually received another hand-me-down crib from my mother-in-law's friend, and it has all the pieces this time, has all the screws and bolts, so that's really exciting. Wanted to build that, couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it, didn't have the energy. I wanted to help organize our storage room. That was like a big task I've been waiting for March break to be able to do, because I have things that I want to just purge, and I was feeling, you know, feeling the violence of like getting stuff purged, and it just went nowhere. I have a pile of stuff that I need to sort, and it was literally just gonna be like keep garbage, and that's it. Did that for a little while, moved a few things around to gain access to stuff, and then never went back down the rest of the break. I think I started that on like the first day of my March break. So that weighed on me a lot, because if I get my storage room organized, I can get the baby stuff organized. It's sitting at the bottom of my stairs. If I can get the baby stuff organized, I can get access to my treadmill again. If I have access to my treadmill, I can actually walk more, because with my reduced teaching schedule, I don't walk much. I literally drive 5.5 minutes down the road, teach my 75 minutes, come home, sit on the couch because I'm tired. So there's lots of little things. I also had a lot of ups and downs with pregnancy stuff and health stuff. So I won't get too much into it, because obviously I'll eventually add that into my third trimester video. But had my first glucose test, failed it, had to do the second one, had to get blood work done at the hospital, had to get another shot from my midwife. I had a bit of a scare over March break with baby, and everything is fine. But in that moment, everything was not fine. I was very, very worried and concerned. In the end, it ended up being absolutely nothing, which is fantastic. But that sat really, really heavy with me for several days. And so did the glucose fail. That sat with me for a few days. And it's just been a lot of like, what feels like low blows. And I really and truly don't have much that I can actually complain about from this pregnancy, which is fantastic. And I have nothing that I should be complaining about with life. But my mental health in the last week or so has just been very, very poorly. And so I actually filmed this video, all of this, almost a week ago. And I was bawling while trying to have this heart-to-heart about how I want to do better with filming and I want to be more creative, and I have all these reels that I wanted to do, because I'm like, it's not perfect, I can't do it, or because I don't feel great, I can't do it, because I feel like crap and I look like crap. I'm not gonna try and film a reel because like I don't feel like a real person. So like today is the first day in many days that I feel happy, that I look like a real human being. My hair is washed, I did a nice blowout, I'm wearing pants, real pants. You can't see, I'm wearing jeans. I will not be able to wear them after this week, so I have to maybe look at maternity jeans because I've been living in leggings, and as much as I love my leggings and obviously they're incredibly comfortable, they're not helping me feel put together. That's where I've been struggling. And I know a lot of it is a mind game. I gotta play that game with myself and, you know, work through it however I can. But because I'm feeling so fabulous today, I am gonna film a couple of things, and hopefully tomorrow I feel fabulous and I can film a couple more things. But I just have to take it one day at a time, and that's really frustrating to me because I want to be consistent. I want to stop being in my head, which if you guys watched my in and outs of 2024, I talked about how I wanted to be less of a perfectionist in that way and just like throw out that raw stuff and not have everything feel like it needs to be super polished. And like polished stuff is still great, it's still nice, and I'll still do it when I'm able to, but I have to stop holding myself back and thinking this isn't good enough, so I'm not even gonna bother. I'm sure there was something else that I probably wanted to talk about that has escaped me now, but that is my little like ramble of things. So hopefully you have all been doing fabulous and everything's working out for you guys. I will say that some other happy little news is I have put out my invites for my baby shower, and I busted my butt to do our registry over the weekend, and cause I hadn't done it. So I was 29 weeks pregnant building a registry, and people have already started buying stuff from it, and we keep joking that like it's like Christmas because we open our front door and there's some Amazon packages. So that's been really, really lovely, and there's a few things that we've got already are things that I really wanted or things that we needed, so I am stoked for that. And I always feel kind of like guilty with that. I felt the same way for my bridal shower. Of like, they're like, oh, people want to get you gifts, and I'm like, but why? I'm like, I just want to see people, I want to just hang out. So I guess I could share that. That's maybe something that I was going to share. But we are doing the little cuties theme for the shower, and we are doing a co-ed shower. And the other day I was at Party City, and they actually had like orange and orange blossom fancy plates. I have a smaller size too, which has now been trapped. Here we go. And these ones aren't going to be like the serving ones for everybody. They'll be more like the decor ones of, I'm going to do some cookies and some macarons and things like that. And then I picked up, I want to do a balloon arch, and I got to order that from Amazon, so I feel like it's going to take a while to get here. But because I wasn't sure if I was going to build it or if I was going to get a kit, I wanted to see what their balloons were like. So I got this 5-inch, so I know they're small, there's 25 of them, and I don't remember what color combination this one is. It says natural on the top, but I think it's because it's just not metallic. But it's shades of greens and a little bit of gold, and then of course I had to get the obligatory bright orange. And these ones are just the, I believe the 9-inch 9-inch balloons. So I might test those out as just like a little standing up, just a little standalone piece. I don't know. We'll see. But I need to kind of keep things in high gear, especially now that I have a little bit more positivity coming through. I want to pick the colors for the nursery. I want to build that crib, which I'm so excited for. And just like make a little bit of progress in things. And again, progress over perfection. Something is better than nothing. And I'm gonna leave it there. So thank you so much for watching. Also, most of you are not subscribed to my channel when you guys view, so please do me a favor. Please, please hit that subscribe button. You guys can also find me on Instagram, and I am back to blogging. I say that and I declare it because I want to do it. So if you guys want to check out my blog, it is also linked down below, and I will see you guys in next week's video. See ya!